Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining me today in Deep Waters with Debrah Waters. My name is Debrah Waters. I'll be your host for this evening. As always, we're getting into the depths of kidney health, and we're asking a big question: how healthy? Why is it healthy? Just biting my tongue today, or is it me that is biting the healthy? How healthy and happy are your kidneys? That's what we are asking today. And usually, I did a lot of introduction, what your kidney does, and how sometimes the symptoms of a bad kidney might just be as the same as your malaria kidney, can be the same as your typhoid kidney, can be, as I say, typhoid kidney can be the same as typhoid, can be the same as malaria, can be the same as many other diseases like that. So how do we know that our kidneys are actually healthy and happy? And so many of you actually called in, but for some reason I was speaking your call, I could not hear you. But you can join the conversation again and calling on 0705 993 6937 or 0705 993 7937. I asked a very tricky question. I say, if you had to give a kidney to a loved one and they already vet you and say, okay, if you give out this kidney, one of your kidneys, to a loved one, nothing is going to happen to you. I put that on my starter and somebody was like, no, big no, like even if I'm not going to happen to me, I'd rather be safe. I don't want to donate my kidney. And somebody else called in to say, I will donate kidney, and then guess what? The line went off. Anyways, I'm here for your conversations today. I have a special guest with me in the studio. Like I said earlier, she's a kidney health advocate, a kidney transplant recipient, a model, a brand strategist, the founder of it. Oh, you're wondering that you not put those one. But I went to go and do my research because you cannot leave all that. You cannot leave all that part. You can't leave all that part. Yes, so. She's a kidney health empowerment person and advocate, and of course she said she empowers people with information and supports them to take control of their own health and kidneys, most importantly. Somebody who has gone through it, survived it, and now advocating for a healthier and happier kidney. Ladies and gentlemen, I have with me in the studio Damilolo Osholale. Hey, God.
Osholale.
Now, so are they, my enemies, my village people still get me on this name where I don't practice since. Osholale. Good to have you in the studio, Dami.
Thank you so much.
I'm so happy that we're having this conversation, and I can't wait for us to get into the deep waters, really. So, you're a kidney survivor, kidney health advocate, kidney transplant recipient. A kidney survivor, basically.
Yes.
Is that what they call a kidney survivor, right?
Yes.
Kidney warrior. And
Yes.
you fought the fight.
I fought it.
You fought the good fight and all that.
Knock it out.
And you knocked it out. We're talking backstage and you had a lot to say. But for the sake of my listeners, for you, how did this start for you? At what point did you realize that something was wrong with your kidney?
Well, it started around 2018. I didn't even know something was wrong with my kidney anyways. But I just knew that something was off. This was not the usual dummy. I am no longer active. But just like I said earlier, all my thoughts was that probably because I changed environment. Because at that time was when I went for NYSC. And I served at the north area. So I was just thinking environment. But the shocking part is that it's always reoccurring every single month, and I always visit the hospital and they always tell me malaria and typhoid, because they always recommend wider tests. Just go and do it, and it will always come out positive. And then it got to a point they didn't even know what to give me anymore because the pain are always severe. So they will always prescribe higher medications for me, because paracetamol was no longer working for the constant headaches. I could no longer go for my PPA. I was just off.
So, but you mentioned that you started seeing the symptoms sometime in 2018.
Yes.
And so, how long did it take before you now knew for sure that this was a kidney problem?
That was like 2021, 2019, like 3 years.
3 years. So, in the process of the 2018 and 2021, what was happening? So, you were just having malaria, typhoid,
relapse, and I always treat it.
And then you go to the hospital, they will say it's malaria and typhoid. You take drugs.
Yes, to just go off for a while, then come back. I always close myself inside and cry because I know something is wrong with me. I don't want to mix. I don't want to go out. I don't even want to talk to anybody. I always hide because I don't want people to know what's wrong.
And there's a part of you that is also a religious. That'll be like, oh, by faith, nothing is wrong with me.
Exactly. And the fact that I was going to the hospital, that's the most, and I would say, annoying part. And I didn't even know on time. If I was doing self-medication, I could have said, oh, I was one that caused it initially or from the start. But I didn't know till 2021. Finally.
Interesting. What do you think causes kidney failure or kidney diseases?
Anyway, there are 3 risk factors
Okay.
or symptoms. Let me say symptoms. The 3 major ones are hypertension, diabetic, and then if there's an history of chronic kidney disease in the
Your family. So
family.
it's genetic too.
Yeah,
Wow.
hereditary.
It's hereditary, so to say. So in this your 2018 and 2021, you didn't realize that you had a blood pressure or something.
Anyways, my kidney got damaged due to hypertension, not because of hereditary or something.
Okay.
And I didn't know I was hypertensive for a very long time. So according to the doctors, I've actually been hypertensive for a very long time at a younger age. Because when I was diagnosed, the doctors told me for my, the CKD to be at stage 4, definitely it has been going on for over 10 years.
Wow.
And I didn't know, I was just carrying out my day-to-day activities.
Yes.
And I was just working.
Looking pretty.
Exactly.
Fine girl, model.
Exactly, not knowing that something is going on. Like I'm already dying slowly inside.
Interesting.
So one thing you always want to look out for kidney disease is the fact that it does not give symptoms until probably you are about to die. Like when it's bad completely, that is when you're going to start seeing symptoms like swollen legs or protein in your urine, like foaming urine and the rest.
Interesting. Now that's so scary. But what was your life before the kidney, transplants and issues and all the headaches and all that? What was typically your life was
Before I started feeling the symptoms?
Yes.
Just a normal life.
Yeah.
I do everything that every other woman being would. I wake up, eat, do my normal day-to-day activities, go to school, come back. Just the normal me. But the only thing I can say is my eating habit, eating not really healthy. The fact that I take a lot of soda, eating out, junks, and all of that. So that's just basically my life.
But I don't even know if that's eating healthy now, because everybody around here eat junks, we take sodas. It's like our day-to-day life, gala and coke,
Exactly.
and stuff like that.
Those are things we want to watch out for. Even if you are going to take it, I'm not saying you cannot take it. We just want to cut down on it and eat healthy. Majorly incorporate fruit and vegetables in your meals than you want to consume sugar all the time. These are things that can actually contribute to our kidney health. So we want to make sure, we want to watch out on what we consume, how we live our life. Do you exercise? What are the things you do to even keep your body active, to keep your organs moving well every day? And also we want to make sure we drink water. Always substitute water for soda. For example, I'm guilty of this. Each time I finish eating, before my dialysis, I hardly take water. I hardly drink water. I prefer tea or soft drinks. I never knew these are things that could actually, cause issues later on for me. Because I felt like it's only when you're smoking and drinking, that's when you're living on healthy lifestyle. I don't smoke and I don't drink. And here I am today.
And even the people that, I'm not even trying to convert for people that have this, the people that do it safe.
In fact, majority of them are living fine.
Yes.
Honestly, because during my time while I was on dialysis, 80% of people on dialysis or that are affected with chronic kidney disease don't smoke and they don't drink. It's either hypertension or diabetes that is a major issue that orchestrated the whole thing or that led to their kidney disease or kidney failure or kidney damage.
And when people hear hypertension, they think, you have to be like old before you have hypertension and
yes
stuff. Is that
not until it happened to me. I got to know it can even happen to a younger age, like 16, even lesser.
Can have hypertension.
Yes.
This is Deep Waters with Debrah Waters, and we're asking today, how happy are your kidneys? I still have with me kidney health advocate in the house, Damilola. Please do well if you have questions and thoughts. I saw some of your calls coming in earlier, so please, if you have thoughts and questions and opinions, please do well to calling on 0705 993 6937 or 0705 993 7937. Now let's talk about when you have actually realized that when the doctor told you, how did they even break the news to you that you had a kidney, failure?
I could remember it was in the night, because how I got to know, 2021, I got another job in Lagos here in an hospital, luckily for me this time. And the second day I just collapsed just like that. Okay, what could have been going on? That was when I got to know that I'm hypertensive for the very first time.
Wow.
So they were like, it's not possible for a young age, that is not normal. Something must have been, causing it. Then we did a lot of investigations, like laboratory tests and all that. That was how I got to know. And when the doctor told me, he just told me, Dami, I'm sorry that I have chronic kidney disease at stage 4. I'm just like, how come? I don't understand. I don't smoke.
Like,
the only thing that just came to my head was I don't smoke, so I don't drink. What are you telling me?
yeah.
What happened at stage 1, stage 2, stage 3 to
Yes.
stage 4, and the last stage is stage 5.
Wow.
So how did we get here? And the next thing is I just started crying because I didn't even know how do I even start? Who do I even tell? Because I felt like normally when you tell a typical Nigerian that I'm suffering from chronic kidney disease, their mentality is because of the way you lived your lifestyle, you brought this upon yourself. Because majority of people don't know that there are other things that can actually damage your kidneys aside from you smoking and drinking. Now, I'm not saying immediately you have hypertension means automatically you have chronic kidney disease or when you are diabetic. It is when it is not properly managed. If I knew that I'm hypertensive and I manage it properly, I'm not going to have kidney disease. So when you're hypertensive or diabetic, you want to make sure that you manage it properly so it will not damage any other organ in the body, because it might not be only the kidneys. So once it's probably properly managed, then it cannot lead to chronic kidney disease. When you do not manage it, that's when it can lead to chronic kidney disease.
Interesting. So you started crying. You had to go break the news to your parents?
First, my family.
Oh my.
The funniest part is that they did not believe me. My mom was just like, what are you saying? It's not possible. But it happened. I could not concentrate. I was always crying.
Oh my.
Because I could not tell anyone. I was always crying. And then they had to refer me to start seeing the nephrologist and the cardiologist. Nephrologist, the doctor for kidneys, and then the cardiologist, doctor for heart.
Was it affecting your heart too?
Yes, I was hypertensive. So it was connected. So I was seeing both of them, and the doctor told me I just need to start dialysis. And CKD does not have cure.
What is dialysis?
Dialysis is an artificial kidney. It's a machine. So it does the work the kidneys are meant to do. So it will do the work for you in 4 hours. In an hour, our kidneys filter waste about 10 times in an hour or more than.
Really?
So now when your kidneys are no longer working, then you have to dialyze. This dialysis will do the function that the kidneys are meant to do. So and most people cannot afford to do dialysis.
Wait. I just... So the dialysis, what is it? Is it that they just place something on you or what? Like
you have a neck catheter, there's going to be like a procedure done. So they will put in like a catheter where they always, like an access to get to your blood.
Okay.
So they can always bring out the blood and pass through the machine, then return it back.
Wait, so you literally, it's like some form of death.
Exactly.
Kinda.
You always feel pains while on dialysis.
Take out your blood and pass it back in.
Each time I go for dialysis, that 4 hours is like 4 days for me. Wow. Because
you could feel everything going on in your body. You could feel the
exactly. And at times you have so many side effects while on dialysis.
Like what?
It got to a point I was always vomiting each time I get plugged to that machine. At some point I was always scared of going for dialysis because I know it's going to be pains all through. But I don't have any other choice than to go, because if you are not dialyzing, before you get money for transplants, you cannot make it.
Wait, and what happens if you do not do the dialysis? What happens? What happens to you?
There was a time I didn't do it, and it was terrible. I almost lost my life just because I did not dialyze for 5 days. And within that 5 days, my blood went back to, I think it was about 7%. It was a lot. I thought I was going to, in fact, I thought that was the end for me that day. But luckily for me, I was able to get dialysis done and I came back to normal. So you don't want to try that I'm not doing dialysis. And dialysis is a lot right now. As at then, per month, I can be spending over 500,000 naira just to get dialysis done. Aside maybe medications or admission and all of that.
So if you don't do the dialysis, could you still pass urine normally, or is it just...
While on dialysis, I could not pass urine. The kidneys filter waste and toxins, and they come out as urine, as the waste product. So now my kidneys are no longer functioning. I stopped urinating. Not even a drop of urine.
Not a drop.
No.
This is Deep Waters with Debrah Waters. Guys, I know I missed your calls again. Please do well to call now on 0705 993 6937 or 0705 7937. You have questions and thoughts and opinions. Dami, a kidney health advocate, is still in the house, so please do well to call in. Let's hear from you. Hello. Hi, Olawale. Thanks for calling.
I want to ask one question. Dami, you are welcome.
Thank you.
I just want to ask one question. Too much of typhoid and malaria this week.
Okay, all right, thank you. Can too much typhoid or malaria cause kidney, right? Kidney disease. Thank you. I think that's what you asked.
I'm not going to say too much of malaria or typhoid cause kidney disease. But what I'm just going to say is, if you are always having malaria and typhoid every month, I think you want to ask your doctors, please, can we carry out other investigations? Because it's not normal for you to be treating malaria and typhoid every month. It could be something else. It might be something else aside kidney disease, but definitely there's an underlying cause. So you're just seeing malaria and typhoid as symptoms. There's something going on. So you just want to make sure you find out. It does not mean it's kidney disease.
What do you have to say about our and the health industry and hospitals that I don't know why you're going to the hospital and they could not diagnose this earlier?
Exactly.
What do you think is what is something wrong?
I just feel they need to do better. If you are treating something for a very long time, there's no difference. You want to check other things that might be causing this thing. We might have, for example, now headache is a symptom, and it might be symptoms for different disease, different sickness. So, okay, you are treating this person for a particular thing for a very long time. Please, let's check other things. Immediately, where I got diagnosed is, okay, I'm hypertensive. Something must be causing. I didn't do one test. I didn't do two tests. I did about 30 different tests just for me to know. Thyroid function test, cholesterol level, liver. I did every test.
Would you say that the reason why some people, not in your case, some people do not go out and do all the way to do all those tests is because of finances?
And that's why you can always get all this health scheme, health insurance. So this will, just cut down the whole cost. And you can always go for checkups. We have some people that are working currently and their office are covering for these things. That they are under HMO. Some people don't even make use of it. They will just stay home. Even when they have malaria, they will just go over the counter and just go and get malaria drugs, because in Nigeria, any simple symptoms, fever and all of that, we just want to assume is malaria. So why not just use that time to go to the hospital, do necessary tests, and then get to know what is causing this thing?
Well, what's the most challenging part of this journey for you?
The fact that my life has to just stop during time I was in dialysis. I could not do any other thing. It was just on hold.
How long did you do the dialysis for?
I was in dialysis for a year, 2 months.
To some people, a year and 2 months. So wait, if you didn't get a transplant, you'd continue like that?
Yes, we have people that have been in dialysis for 7 years, 10 years. Yes, even more than 10 years. There are some people I met there and I still left them. They are still dialyzing.
Why?
There's no money for transplant, because transplant currently now is over 25 million naira. And a lot of people cannot afford it.
To do it or to buy the kidney?
To do the transplant. You don't buy kidneys. To do the transplant, then donor, you have to look for a donor and stuff like that. But the best advice, if you are getting a donor, should be a family member. And there's one thing I want to... Someone said they can never donate their kidneys. Obviously, before they will tell you to donate kidney for someone, you would have gone through a whole lot of tests. So if you are not fit for it, they will not allow you to donate. And you can actually live well with just one kidneys. According to doctors and some research I made, the extra kidney is just there. God gave us because definitely knows things like this will be happening. We have people that they gave birth to them, natural from birth, only have one kidneys. And they are living fine. So you can actually live fine with just one kidneys.
So why didn't one kidney just fail? Why did two of them have to? Was it one that failed on your?
The two failed. I thought I was at stage 4 already. Like the two kidneys packed up already, because they have been overworking and I didn't know.
Who donated the kidney to you?
A family member.
Wow. And how difficult or easy was it? Was it just like, I'll just donate to you? But
yes,
did you have to do some convincing or what?
I didn't do any convincing. In fact, it was just something he just wants to do. Even from day one, he's always saying, I will do it, I will do it, I will do it. He's even happy doing it. So, and after the surgery, he left the hospital before me. After the surgery, in 5 days, you are fine. The donor is fine. He's back to his normal day-to-day life activities. There's nothing wrong. He's not on medications. He can do anything he wants to do.
So they had to cut his own kidney or something?
They will remove it, then give it to me.
That's so scary.
So if you are giving someone your kidney, it's like as if you are saving a life. And it's not something I can ever forget in my life, because I will always pray for the person.
Yeah.
Because I know you contributed to my second chance to live.
Okay, what are the common misconceptions when it comes to donating kidney? Because I feel like a lot of people are quick to say no, 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 no,
I'm
no,
going
no.
to die.
Yes.
They feel like, yeah, one misconception, I think I mentioned that earlier, is the fact that they feel they cannot live with one kidney. Like I said, some people are born with just one kidney and they are living fine. So you can live fine with just one kidney. I've seen a situation whereby someone said he wants to donate for a particular patient. On getting there, not knowing he's not even fit, he's even sick himself. So obviously they don't want to kill someone to save someone. So if you are not fit, they will tell you are not fit. Please go treat yourself first. In fact, take care of yourself before you say you want to help someone else. So it's not possible for them to just remove your kidney and just give someone when you are not fit.
Interesting. Are you fit to donate a kidney? Are your kidneys healthy and happy? Or you just look like you are healthy and happy, but you are actually dying inside? This is Deep Waters with Debrah Waters. Join the conversation. I missed your calls earlier. Please do also call back on 0705 993 6937 or 0705 993 7937. I have kidney health advocate with me in the studio, kidney transplant recipient in the house, and someone who is passionate about kidney health empowerment, and she's here to answer all your questions and and hear your thoughts and opinions. So please do also calling on 0705 993 7937. Let's take a caller. Hello.
Good evening, guys.
Hi, thanks for calling.
Yes. Greetings to your guest.
Good to have you in the studio. What's your name?
Yeah, this is Remy from Akoka.
Okay, thanks for calling, PK.
Yeah, I want to know if she's still on medication.
All right.
Was she on medication after the surgery? And how long was she on medication?
All right.
Or how long will she be on medication?
Okay.
Are there food she was asked not
she has to avoid? Or
yes, ever since she had the surgery.
Yes. All right.
Or are there activities she was asked not to ever do since she had the surgery?
Yes, interesting.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. All right, go ahead, please.
Okay, for the medications, I'm going to be on medications for the rest of my life. So as a transplant recipient, we're always on immunosuppressants. So these drugs will suppress the immune system because my body knows there's a strange object. So let me just put it that way. The body knows, no, this is not mine. This kidney is not mine. So we are being prescribed those drugs to suppress the immune so the body will not fight against it. So I'm on the medications and I'm going to be on it for the rest of my life. And then to foods, yes, obviously, no salt, no soda anymore. I cannot eat out, no preservatives, mostly fruit and vegetables, and a lot of water. Please want to make sure that we drink a lot of water. I'm overemphasizing on this. Water is really, really, really important for the kidneys. And exercise. I've been asked to, always do exercise just to keep my blood flow intact and all of that. I think that's the question, right?
Yes, you did answer the question. This is Deep Waters with Debrah Waters. Let's take another caller. Hello.
Sorry, this is Remy calling back.
Okay.
Sorry. How much does it cost you on a monthly basis?
All right.
To get the drugs?
Okay, thank you for that.
Okay, so to get the drugs, for me, because I'll say for me, as a transplant recipient, dose is different, milligrams. And for me, about over 500,000 naira monthly.
Wait, after the 25 million.
That's why.
Where did you do the transplant? Was it in Nigeria?
Yes, in Nigeria.
And they collected 25 million naira.
During my time, it was not up to 25 million.
Oh, okay.
It's increasing.
Oh, yeah, of course.
It's increasing. During my time, it was not 20. During my time, it was 20 million naira.
What's the difference between 20 and 25? I thought you even wanted to say 10 million.
No.
Wow, so every
difference.
month, how much does it cost you to buy those drugs?
Over 500,000.
500K every month. Wow.
And that is why I'm so particular in creating awareness, because I really don't wish this on my enemy. Before you do transplant, you spend a whole lot on dialysis, blood, and all of that. Then after transplant, you still have to spend money. So that's why you see some people after transplant, they cannot even maintain to buy the drugs. Or to maintain the lifestyle, eat this, don't eat that, do this, do that, all of those things. And at the end of the day, there's no point. So we just want to make sure that it's better you don't have this. Prevention is better than cure.
I imagine your bread price will be very, very expensive. This is Deep Waters with Debrah Waters. Dami, a kidney health advocate in the house, and we're still taking calls. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, thanks for calling.
Yeah,
Abubakar, good to have you. Been a minute.
I'm Debbie Abubakar.
Good to have you, Abubakar. Been a minute. Good to have you on the show.
It's been a while.
Yes.
But please, I just want to ask her, what are the symptoms?
Okay.
All right, thank you. You're just joining in now. That's why. All right, no problem. Thank you. All right, so
Well,
please help us.
For symptoms, body differs. During my own time, the major thing I was having was headache, like severe headaches and tiredness. And I noticed every morning I always feel nauseous, like I want to vomit. That was the only thing. And then later, like late before I got diagnosed, I noticed that my urine, they always foamy. That's to show that there's protein in my urine, so the protein leakage. Sometimes it's not meant to be. That's because my kidneys are no longer working. It's not filtrating the normal way. So now the protein leaked into my urine. That's a sign. If you have a foamy urine, that's a sign of kidney disease.
Interesting.
And then each time I sleep and wake up, my under eye bag, my eyes will be swollen. And then if I sit for a very long time, my legs will be swollen. That's water retention. Because at that time, my kidneys were not really filtrating. I was not urinating regularly anymore till it completely stopped. For some people, it might be different, but that was the major thing that I experienced.
Interesting.
So you can be having tiredness, weakness, headache, vomiting, reduction in weight, and so many other things.
Interesting. The moment you got the kidney transplant, what was it like? Post transplant.
So it's like a rebirth. I feel new. Immediately I opened my eyes after the surgery, I knew, no, I'm alive. I felt like they just gave birth to me. While I was on dialysis, I felt dead. When you're just there for I'm there sick. That's how I felt during dialysis, because I could not function. I could not do anything. But after transplant, the first thing that I saw was like a urine catheter that was connected to me, and I saw that I was urinating. I just called the nurse and asked, please, is this mine? Am I the one urinating? I just burst into tears because I didn't know it's possible for me to start urinating again. And the fact that I don't have to go for dialysis is one big relief on its own. Like, I was just so happy. Honestly, I'm really, really grateful for life.
I imagine that you must have tried to find yourself. Imagine your life being on hold and stopped for a whole time. What was it like finding yourself, getting a job, starting your jewelry business, your brand strategies, stuff and all?
Okay, so what happened to me actually made me to start doing my own thing, because I felt like I could no longer work for someone. You have to wake up the usual 9 to 5 we do before. I can't do that. I started doing, this actually pushed me to find who I am exactly, because it made me to just go the extra length and discover myself. So I started with branding, like brand strategies, graphic design, along the line, and I just said, okay, I think I need to start sharing my story, share my experience to others, to inspire those that are already facing this challenge, one, and secondly, to also create awareness to those that don't really have the full knowledge on kidney health. And that's how I found my NGO. Then when I'm just trying to do things that will get me funds to stay alive, because I need to get those drugs. Without those drugs, the kidneys will fail again, and I will go back to dialysis. I have to start a jewelry brand. So this thing just made me find myself that I could do more things I didn't know that I can do. Like this whole kidney thing made me discover myself that I actually have a lot of things to offer, and I'm really grateful for that. I'm really grateful for that push, honestly.
Interesting. And what advice will you give to anyone experiencing kidney disease or maybe awaiting kidney transplants at the moment?
What I would just say is that they should hang in there and they should not give up, because after I came out, some people reach out to me and be like, they didn't know it's possible for someone to make it. They've not seen anyone that has done transplants before, like coming out and they can talk to the person live and direct. It's still very possible. And if it's the funds, for me, what really happened during my own time was more like a miracle. I didn't know the person that gave me my transplant funds up to date. So I just got a call that someone paid for my transplant in the hospital.
Are you serious?
And that was it.
20 million. Oh, 20 million, yeah.
And that was it. So
wait. You had to announce, right? You had to announce that.
My flyers were everywhere.
Oh my.
That was soliciting for funds.
So you became one of those people that they slapped them on the dialysis and said, please help me.
Exactly. I was soliciting for funds.
Oh my God.
So I will always say faith, stay prayerful, follow doctors' advice, dialyze frequently, and always know that dialysis is not the end.
Interesting.
You can always do well even after dialysis.
Yes. Let's take another caller. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Please, I just want to ask her. The way she is flowing like the reading, is she a medical practitioner or she's just saying all these things out of experience?
she responds to you, Abubakar. She's a kidney transplant recipient, though. She
I'm
had,
sure he has been listening.
yeah, he hasn't
Now.
been listening. Yes, she's a kidney
Because-
warrior survivor.
Okay.
Yes.
Because Bri has been
She has been there, done that.
before she even had the problem.
Yes, because she has had it and
Okay.
she has survived it. Thank
Okay.
you so much. Abubakar, such a late comer, dragging us back. We're talking to a kidney transplant recipient, a kidney health advocate, founder of a kidney health empowerment NGO, and more. And she's just helping us, find out if our kidneys are actually healthy and happy. How can we prevent kidney diseases?
For me, healthy lifestyle and regular checkup. You want to make sure you're doing regular checkup. Because our body can be deceived. Mine deceived me, like I was fine, and I didn't know I was dying. Regular checkups, please. That's what I was thinking.
What did you know about kidneys now that you don't know then?
A lot. A lot, because this has actually made me a kidney health researcher. I'm always researching.
As in, when we're talking backstage, I was like, this girl knows a lot about kidneys.
Like a lot. I cannot even count. A lot. Our kidneys do a lot more than we can even imagine. So when I was sick, that I know that, okay, the kidneys provide erythropoietin. That's the blood. The blood. So many things I do not know. So many things I cannot even count. They will always say when you don't experience something, you will not know the gravity of what is going on.
Yes.
So because I've been there, I know what it is. So I can't even start saying, okay, these are the things I know before and after. It's a lot.
All right, let's take another caller. Hello. Hello. Hola. All right, the number to call is 0705-993-6937. I have a few minutes to wrap up the show, so if you have something to say, you have a question to ask, you have a thought to drop, this is Deep Waters with Debrah Waters. I still have with me Damilola. Let me know the last name so that I'm not going to bite my tongue. Hello. Hi. Hi. You're breaking. All right, let's do well to call back on 0705-993-6937. I have literally about 5 minutes to end the show. So if you have a call, if you have something to say, this is the time to actually call to say. The number to call again is 0705-993-7937. Hello.
Hello, Debbie.
Hi, thank you. How are you? Been a minute.
I'm fine. This is Ralph. I'm calling.
Good to have you on the show. I appreciate you for calling.
Thank you very much. Please, I just come in right now. It hasn't been long. I just on the radio before I started listening to the young lady. Please, I just want to take you a little bit back. Maybe you might have explained, but I just want to get the information. Please.
Okay.
What are the signs to show that somebody is having such a symptom, such a thing? Please, I know maybe you might have said
yes,
it.
We've said it like 2 or 3 times today. But we say it one more time because of you, Afam.
Sometimes we do not know. Sometimes we think we are healthy or thereabouts, But please, if you can give me some explanation or some, tips that I can be able to, carry on, please.
Interesting. Thank you so much. All right.
Okay, like I said earlier, it always give like malaria and typhoid symptoms. During my own time, it was severe headaches, tiredness, leg swelling, eye swelling, then foaming urine. Those were, body differs. What I experienced might not what you experience. The symptoms I experienced might not. So once you notice that, okay, I've been nursing a particular thing for a very long time. What is going on? It might not be kidney disease. It could be anything. You just want to make sure that you do other investigations to know what is going on in my body exactly. And that's why I always recommend regular body checkup, general body checkup, just to know, okay, what is going on, not only our kidneys, what is generally going on in my body system.
So sometimes, apart from maybe finances, sometimes we are usually stingy to ourselves. Nothing is going on. I'm okay. And then, in Jesus' name, in God's name, I'm okay. Speak it, labo shat. Before you know, you think you're okay, but you're actually dying.
And also, we want to stop self-medications. I'm having body pains, I just want to get analgesics, body pain reliefs, all of these things, the likes of them, we all know them. We want to stop them because they contribute to kidney damage. Overuse of all these painkillers, they are not something that is nice. So you cannot just assume because I have fever and headache today, it's malaria, let me just go and buy the malaria drug. It might not be malaria, it could be something else. It might not be kidney, it could be something else. You just want to find out what is going on. Make sure you are diagnosed before getting drugs.
Interesting. In all of this, what role does faith, just believing? Because I know that sometimes the greatest of deaths is not the death that happens to the body, it's the death that happens to the soul. What part, throughout this journey, did you had it in mind that, okay, I'm going to make it out of this alive? What role did your faith, play in all of this?
Well, I've always have the faith that I'm going to make it. And having my family members around, the energy they give was really top notch. There's positive vibe around me. There's no vibe of will she make it? They didn't make me feel that way. They always tell me I will make it and I'll get back on my feet, and I also have that at the back of my mind. So I feel like it's what you carry. I know it's not easy during that challenging moment. You would think twice, will I make this? You just want to stay positive. In every situation you find yourself, always stay positive and remain steadfast in God. That's just
interesting. And look at you came out even better.
Thank you.
I imagine your life before then was you were probably just an employee struggling with
exactly.
life. But now you're a founder, a CEO, and much more. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us.
You're
and
welcome.
for being completely vulnerable with me right here on Deep Waters with Debrah Waters. For people who are looking for more information on kidneys, a kidney health mentor, somebody who can guide them and all that, how can they find you on social media?
You can always find us on Instagram and Facebook at Kidney Health Empowerment.
Okay.
Kidney Health Empowerment. And they can also reach out to me on personal page at Damilola Osholali.
Interesting.
And I'll be so glad to take their questions and refer them to the right people. I'm not an health practitioner. I'm just a kidney health advocate. So when we get questions like that, I always refer them to a nephrologist. Then the nephrologist will carry on like that. We have a nephrologist in our NGO. I also have nephrology nurses and all that. So we have experts on board. So I always refer them. Then they take it up from there.
Yeah, and I want to a big shout out to the person who sent the 20 million naira. Like
God bless.
Like
the person
who does that
every day?
Like
we still have good
and
people.
You don't still know him. You don't see whether him or her. You don't even still know the person.
Not at all.
Miracles really do happen.
Exactly.
But I want 20 million, please send it to me too. Find me.
And also, I also want to say something like, if you can get the government involved in this.
Okay.
If there is, resources for people that are on dialysis is getting expensive every day. If there's going to be something, because they do this for cancer patients, sickle cell, there's actually nothing for kidney health.
Okay.
For transplant patients, yes, for transplant patients, the drugs are getting expensive every day. There's no support. We're really begging to anybody hearing this, or the government are hearing this, there's anything they can do to this, we really appreciate. And that is what we're actually working on my NGO, to get the government involved. Transplants fee should come down so that people can afford it.
Yes.
So they will not stay so long on dialysis, and we'll start seeing a lot of people dying. We have kids suffering from this, 6-year-olds, 16, 19 and the rest. So we really plead to whoever, if they are hearing us, that they should please consider the kidney health aspects.
Interesting.
Please.
Thank you so much for letting that out. This has been Deep Waters with Debrah Waters. Yes, my name is Debrah Waters, and thank you so much for sharing. Thank you for calling, to all my callers and listeners, for being a part of the show. Your questions really make the show even richer, and I want to say thank you for that. You can follow our Deep Waters _podcast on Instagram and also on Facebook to be a part of the Deep Waters community. And if you want to watch a repeat of this episode, it will be on our page on YouTube. Just search for Debrah Waters on YouTube, or Deep Waters with Debrah Waters on YouTube, to watch this episode. So it will be live again. By tomorrow, we should have uploaded the recorded version, so you can rewatch it, and anything that you really missed, you can be a part of it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend. I'll be back again on Monday at 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. for another amazing show for you. Do well to stay safe and make sure that your kidneys are healthy and happy. From myself and Dami, bye-bye.
Bye.